COPWATCH, policing the police every single day.
Hey, Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I'm going to do a comment on this too before I do a screen reading, because we found another one. So here's what's going on with Charlotte County Sheriff, this corrupt-ass piece of shit. So if you make an internal affairs complaint, they're doing a new scam, which we found out about. They're making a miscellaneous investigation report before an internal investigation report. If it hits internal investigation, from what we found out, if it's bad enough, it has to be reported to FDLE and it goes in another database. But if you can bury it with a miscellaneous investigation, guess what? Nobody else knows. Isn't that fucked up? You got something to hide, you piece of shit fucking felon Bill PRUMMELL? So here's another one we just found, and we're gonna go for all of them. There's some good shit in here. There's a guy that went to court. I already called him. I fucking love him already. And they tried to make him wear a mask. As you know, DeSantis said, bullshit. Everybody that was illegally arrested for a mask, you are pardoned. They fucking arrested him because he wouldn't wear a mask. It's a public goddamn building. He doesn't need to wear a mask. And they did quite the extensive investigation. All the people that they interviewed here. Like I said, this should be an IA, not a freaking miscellaneous investigation. A bunch of stuff here. We're going to try to get all this evidence they got here. But they also get into a big story here on what happened and what he said. I'm going to do a screen read on this because I can't fucking read this much shit. But the moral of the story is this mass bullshit, your fucking people are getting arrested. And here's what they did. It's an administrative judge's order that's bullshit. It's our house, not his fucking house, where, you know, the Constitution is suspended apparently with these fucking judges. It's getting stupid. But they arrested him for resisting officer without violence just because he said, no, I don't want to wear a mask. Wake up and take your fucking country back, you goddamn pussies. Our fucking founding fathers did, and it was free for a while, and now we're going to fascist tyranny unless you get off your ass and do something, damn it.
Sheriff of Charlotte County. State of Florida, County of Charlotte. State of Florida Plaintiff, vs. Covell, Derek James Dobb, January 28, 79-166, MacDill Dr. Port Charlotte, Florida 33953. Defendant 7474 Utilitaire S Road, Punta Gorda, Florida 33982, 941, 639 to 21111. Covell, Derek James, Defendant, before me, a notary public, Farley, Christopher Affiant, personally appeared, who being duly sworn alleges on information and belief, that in Charlotte County the state of Florida the defendant Covell, Derek James did commit the offense, listed to wit. 843.02, resisting officer without violence, Lef M. Deg F 3143. OCA/K/warrant number, 2101-012696. Arrest date / time, January 22, 14:15. Arrest location, 350 East Marion Avenue, Punta Gorda, Florida 33950. Probable cause for this arrest is as follows. On January 22, 2021, at 14:02 hours, while acting in the capacity as a court services supervisor, I was contacted by the lobby security staff for a supervisor to respond to the lobby. Both Corporal Christopher Byrne and I responded to the lobby and were informed of a subject that was standing outside waiting for a supervisor because he refused to wear a mask into the Charlotte County Justice Center. Upon arrival, I introduced myself to the individual and he told both of us that he wanted to enter to file paperwork with the clerk of court but that we were violating his civil rights by not allowing him to enter without a mask. He constantly talked about us violating the U.S. Constitution using verbiage consistent with sovereign citizen ideologies. When we gave him further explanation that per the administrative order of the courts, he would not be allowed inside without wearing a mask, he stated that he had a medical exemption and that we would be held liable if he passed out in the building. Providing another option, I explained to him that he could contact court administration to make other alternative plans for him to file the paperwork, and he finally decided that he would come in and wear a mask. As he entered the courthouse, DFC Evgene attempted to hand him a mask and he refused loudly, "I don't know if your hands are dirty." DFC Gene again attempted to pacify the male by holding the box out to him and allow him to pick a mask out for himself. After grabbing one mask, DFC Gene attempted to take the individual's forehead temperature with the handheld infrared thermometer and he loudly refused. "No. I want you to take it on my arm." After remaining loud and disruptive, both Corporal Byrne and I approached the male and told him that he will have to leave the building since he is causing a disturbance. He relentlessly continued to argue with us about why he did not have to leave. Both Corporal Byrne and I told him multiple times that he needed to leave the building. Corporal Byrne then spoke up and clarified our instructions by respectfully telling him that there were people behind him and that we were unable to process anyone else because of his behavior. Corporal Byrne told him twice that he is preventing us from doing our lawful duties. After providing the male with several lawful commands to leave the premises, he gave us no other option but to place him under arrest. I told the male that he was under arrest and that was when he turned to leave. Corporal Byrne grabbed his arm and I placed him into handcuffs, double locked. We escorted him to the first floor for processing. The male had no identification on him and initially refused to give us his name. He eventually told me that his legal name is Derek James. He told me to spell it as Derek James, Koval. Mr. Koval provided me with a date of birth of January 28, 1979. During processing, Mr. Koval complained about the handcuffs being tight on his wrists. After the handcuffs were removed, I took photographs of his wrists and attached them into ACES. Due to Mr. Koval obstructing the lawful execution of our duties, probable cause exists for the charge of resisting officer without violence per FSS 843.02. Mr. Koval did not qualify for the APAD program or NTA due to his uncooperative behavior as well as the initial refusal to provide his name. Mr. Koval was then transported to the Charlotte County Jail with no further incidents. L signed January 22, 21, 1647 and 1 second Defiant Farley, Christopher 2234 sworn to, or affirmed, before me by means of physical presence, on January 22, 21 by Farley, Christopher, and subscribed by Alvarez, Ian at the direction of Farley, Christopher by written statement, and in the presence of these witnesses. Signed, Sheriff Bill PRUMMELL 7474, Utilities Road, Punta Gorda, Florida, 339829416392101. 639-2101. TBMOT, SIM_FTLFRS 5 Copyright MTA. Hishigility, PRUMMELL Oriadblivk, Boerkdilge. Inter-Office Memorandum. 2. Captain Melissa Turnsa from, Lieutenant Daryl Caparo 0230. Subject, Derek James Koval. Date, January 29, 2021. On January 26, 2021 at approximate 12:10 p.m., I received a call from the clerk, Linda James, at headquarters. Linda advised a white male, Derek James Koval, was at the office filing a complaint regarding to an arrest made on him at the Justice Center. She said Mr. Koval was adamant he was not leaving the office until he spoke to someone with rank. She advised she attempted the Internal Affairs office, but the sergeant was not in. She then took the complaint and forwarded a copy to Sergeant Cochran. Linda said that Mr. Koval wanted to file a second complaint but was going to travel to the Justice Center to speak with someone of rank there. Linda then emailed a copy of the complaint to me. At approximate 12:33 p.m. someone from the lobby radioed that Mr. Koval was out front of the Justice Center, wanting to see a supervisor. Sergeant Diane Young and one then made our way to the front of the Justice Center to speak with Mr. Koval. Upon speaking to him, Lai indicated that he had filed a complaint at headquarters and went into the descriptions as what was filed in his complaint. He additionally wanted to file a second complaint, which was a similar incident that occurred on January 12, 2021, but he was not arrested. He stated we were holding a double standard when he arrived at the Justice Center on January 12. The lobby court security staff, DFC Linux, DFC Evgene, and DFC Ed Trent Acosta, refused him entry that day without wearing a mask. He eventually wore a mask to go to the clerk of court's office. He was upset that we enforce persons coming into the Justice Center to wear a mask and take temperatures, but the staff in the clerk's office were not wearing masks in their respective offices. We explained to him that this was allowed, as they were separated from each other in their own spaces by partitions and plexiglass. Mr. Koval began to say that Lai has a religious exemption, as he is Catholic, and it is considered blasphemy for him to wear a mask. Ilk indicated that he did not want other arrangements made for him as he has the right to enter the building without a mask. He said deputies are violating the law by complying with the administrative order set by the Chief Circuit Judge. He said, making individuals wear masks and taking temperatures is practicing medicine without a license. He also said, we were violating OSHA laws by not making people wear approved respirators. Mr. Koval further said he wanted the charges against him dropped and wanted Corporal Farley and Corporal Byrne arrested for assault and falsely arresting him. After considering all facts and statements within these incidents, I did not find any violations, as the staff was following proper policies and procedures and also enforcing the administrative order of the court. 2.39. This case should be considered closed.